Welcome back to the Union Berlin Career Mode here on FC24. Thank you for your continued feedback in the comments section over the past couple of days. This is the first time I've been able to record a video after seeing your feedback to the transfer window. Indifferent response to some of the transfers we made, as probably expected. Classic players feel different to me to how they necessarily feel to you in a watching sense. Definitely you guys build up different rapports with players than I do when playing the save, when you're watching the save, and we definitely notice that more so than in most areas or most recent saves. The most controversial signing was Mason Mount. You guys felt that Luka Sucic should have been given the chance to continue on in the starting lineup. I don't feel like Sucic changed games for me and was a little bit invisible in the first season, but obviously you guys watching felt a different way. Weirdly, Boulaïdia got a little bit of slack, and I'm not sure about that one. Boulaïdia has been very good and was one of the best options we had available and one of the most realistic options we had available as well, coming in from Torino. So I'm quite happy with the Boulaïdia signing, although at the moment he's struggling a little bit for stamina, but we can adjust for that before we head into the rest of today's episode, because we've got some big games. We start with Leipzig away from home, which will obviously not be that straightforward. Then we push into a couple of cup games. Saarbrücken away is definitely a game we should be winning in the Pokal. And then St. Pat's in Europe is another game we should certainly be winning. Sandwiching the game at home against Borussia Mönchengladbach. And then we Hertha Berlin, the Berlin Derby, since Hertha got promoted last season. We'll end the episode today. We're continually saying thank you to those of you in the comment section for leaving those comments, be they positive, negative, constructive or otherwise. I appreciate it very much indeed. Mojo Jojo, we're saying thank you today. We're saying thank you to Babinho and to Steve as well. Thank you all for your continued support. I do appreciate it. We're not going to see eye to eye on every transfer. That's just the way things go, I'm afraid. But I think to throw things out like, you've completely ruined the squad, is a bit uncalled for. If I start rejecting bids from clubs like Liverpool and Barcelona, etc., then you scream unrealistic in the other way. But then you go, oh, he sold too many players. I can't win as a creator in that situation, so I use my gut instinct, and what happens, happens. I try to lean towards the right sort of thing, but occasionally I miss the mark. Do forgive me for that. Right, let's start with Leipzig then to begin the day. We're currently 10th in the table. We do have a game in hand on a few, in fact, quite a lot above us as it happens. So should we win it? We could be, actually, if goal difference goes our way. If I can win by 2 goals, then we should be actually into the top 4 ahead of a slow starting Bayern Munich today. Hopefully that is, of course, if Dortmund don't pick up a victory in their game as well. Leipzig away goes without saying. Pretty difficult game. Callum Wilson now very much established in their starting lineup. Lois Openda is going to continually be a pain in my arse. Tapsoba is rock solid. Hakimi's still there. It's just a brilliant side, isn't it? Estupiñán, new signing on the bench. Heung-min Son, new signing on the bench. Surprised to see him benched, but obviously manager feels he has to earn his starting spot. We'll wait and see if he comes off the bench and makes an impact, but we hope to make an impact from the off and get the victory. We have drawn with Leipzig in Season 1. We lost to Leipzig twice in Season 1 as well. One of those defeats in the Deutsche Pokal semi-final as well, which wasn't particularly enjoyable. We shall try and get a little bit of payback here. They've started the season stronger than us, but I imagine they've had less of an upheaval with their playing squad than we have. Folland will look for Luca Netz here. Martial gets the start today, ahead of a tired Boulaïdia, trying to earn that starting spot back again. Anthony Martial, and very nearly able to give us an opening goal. Folland's going to have to dance around a few people here, but then can spread beautifully to Juranovic. It's going to have Martial at the back post. It's not quite going to find him there, but we can find Lucas Robertone, and he'll give us a 1-0 lead. We are in front at the Red Bull Arena in the 19th minute. Teeny tiny little Lucas Robertone finds the space in the finish. Lois Openda tackled by Diogo Leite. Won back again by Dani Olmo. Xaver Schlager with a brilliant ball to Lois Openda, who immediately fires back. That's all about the assist. Openda will always finish those sorts of chances. You just have to put him into the position to do so. And, well, didn't they ever with that through ball. Wow. Okay. We fought long and hard to get a 1-0 lead, and then 4 minutes later, it's gone. Baumgartner looking for Openda. Callum Wilson. Openda again. Lewis Openda. Saved well. Al Masrati on hand to just get rid of it when the need was there. Thankfully, he was arriving at the right time to help his goalkeeper out. Juranovic will look down the line for Martial and fail to find him. Just as someone in chat said, oh, passing seems to be a bit better today. Yeah, not so much. 2-1 Leipzig. Bollocks. Oh, how lucky is that? I didn't pick it up in real time. Oh, no. Trying to get him to commit to a heavy touch. He didn't. Schlager to Openda. Openda's going to have too much pace. Baumgartner, Heung-min Son. That's what Heung-min Son does. He's offside. It won't count, but that is what he does. Deadly, Heung-min Son, on either foot. I didn't know which way to commit, and it is the narrowest of offside margins, but thankfully it is an offside margin. The game is still there for us. A point could still be had if we can create the opportunity. Nicely intercepted by Krell, who of course will leave us in the January transfer window. Nets will find Folland here. Luca Nets will go again. Hakimi's still with me. Luca Nets in behind though. Can we find the touchback pass? Yes, but Sucic fires wide. And I think that's going to be the last action of the game. Leipzig will get a 2-1 win. We are still yet to beat Rasenballsport Leipzig in this save. They are the bogey team of this particular occasion. It's been Brentford in England. Leipzig are apparently the Brentford of Germany. Saarbrücken away in the Pokal is just straight up a game we've got to win. Look at the average ratings of the players in that starting 11. This is, in theory, one that we should comfortably be able to sim and win. Obviously going to have to make some rotational changes for the game, as it's just a couple of days after the last one, but certainly the 11 that is going to start this game should be strong enough to get the job done. Toussaint in for Krell here as well, probably will be the change that we make. And then let's see what we can do moving forward from there. This has got to be us advancing to the next round of the Cup. There's no excuses. It's Mason Mount driving in behind right at the very beginning of the game, looking to get at them. Toussaint with a 1-2. Mason Mount draws an awkward save out of Saavedra. Saarbrücken, according to my live chat, just knocked Bayern Munich out of the Pokal in real life. And they're a dry league side. So that is a genuine massive shock and cup upset IRL. Let's hope to avoid that sort of banana skin on this occasion. Here's Mason Mount again. Ball to Boulaye Dia again. Tried the 1-2. Played it off an opposing defender as opposed to a teammate, but still kind of worked. Toussaint! Goals have got to be coming. Surely. Goals have got to be coming. That's 4 or 5 chances already in the opening 16.5 minutes. We're surely going to win this by a number of goals. Roussillon, Robertone, deflected off Becker, another corner. It just keeps coming. Mason Mount with a set piece from the far side. Delivered well. Robertone's up. Not really the man you should be aiming for, to be completely honest. Delivered again. Boulaye Dia's one you should aim for. Buried. Not the first time he scored with his head this season. I'm sure it won't be the last either. That's our 7th or 8th shot on goal in this game so far. I may only show you the goals because at this rate there's going to be quite a few. But we're 1-0 up now. At last. Robertone and Mason Mount. Dia making moves in front of him. Teammates all around. Just needs to find one. Robertone. Holobash. 2-0. Yeah, this could be an absolute mugging for Saarbrücken. They might be on a wonderful Pokal run in real life. It's not happening virtually. Dia quickly to Mason Mount. To Boulaye Dia again. And Mace. And Toussaint. I'm hoping this is the sort of performance we can put together against some Pats as well. Holobash makes it 3 in first half stoppage time. A rare start for him, but he's certainly taking the opportunity, isn't he? Roussillon around the outside. 2 minutes to go. Decent delivery. Mason Mount straight at the keeper. Perfectly positioned, Mace. Not got the finish on the end of it, unfortunately. So it's only going to be 3-0 that we win by here against Saarbrücken. But It was a very, very dominant performance. And we're sailing through to the next round of the Deutsche Pokal. We're very happy with it indeed. Like, just, there's no point. 92.5 minutes played. When you added 1, just blow your whistle. Just blow your whistle. Jakob on for Brunke. No consolation goal. Sorry, Saarbrücken. But it's going to be one and done for you in the Deutsche Pokal this season. That could have been a cricket score. Double figures were definitely an option there for us in the end. 18 shots. 18! Woo, wow. Okay, we're through to the next round. Now we've Mönchengladbach in the league. Mönchengladbach, 4th place in the division so far, having a solid start to the season with 4 wins in their last 5 games. Similar formation to us, but those wide players pushed on a little bit further. 2 Patreon players in their backline. Cameron McLeod and Dallas Greenleaf both start alongside Koa Takora for Borussia Mönchengladbach at the back. We'll try and get the better of them here if we can. 3 points in the league would be very much appreciated. Nets caught in possession there. Sibacheo getting away from me. Familiar face indeed, as it says top left. Juranovic, I mean, I didn't press anything, but apparently I fouled him. And then he's done well there, Sibacheo. Robin Hack has not done well and might find himself in trouble here. This might be a straight red card. Robin Hack caught Alex Krall from behind. The referee's coming over very, very smoothly, gliding across the surface. And yes, sent. See you later, Robin. He hacked me down. And he's sent off. Mönchengladbach down to 10 men. And rightly so. Hack by name, hack by nature. Bertone to Mason Mount. Folland, get a little bit lucky, but we'll take it. Get a little bit lucky, but we'll take it. Especially after the way that Callum Wilson scored his goal for Leipzig. Folland pokes it towards goal, but Nicolas with a relatively straightforward save in the end. Here's Ngumu down the left-hand side for the 10 men. Tucks it back to Paulinho. Gives it straight to Alex Krall. Tar very much. Mount looking to get away here now. In there to Boulaïdia. Lovely ball. And Folland. And Luca Netz. And surely Robertone. Our top goal scorer, I think, so far this season, Lucas Robertone. He's certainly popping up quite regularly at the moment. He and Boulaïdia are the only 2 men that I feel like score for me at the moment, other than Holobash in the cup. We finally take the lead against the 10 men. He's on a rat. It's opened up. Ngumu's in. Sat Ali Al-Mazrati down. Ngumu. Diogo Leite puts in a very important challenge. That could have been embarrassing for the defensive line there. We hold firm with a clean sheet at the moment. Oh, and they are trying their best to gift me another goal, it feels like. Bayern Munich winning by 4-0 now away from home against recently promoted Hanover. Mönchengladbach, one of the better sides in the division so far this season, form-wise. Right, if they're going to get a man sent off, then it's no surprise that they may end up losing the game. Pascal Gross will deliver the set piece, and Al-Mazrati heads clear. We're hanging on a little bit here. The 10 men are having a good old go, getting themselves something from this game, and they might just do it. But Onrat misses the target. That was close. Let's get this back. Well in, Luca. Alright, and Ngumu decided he still wanted it. You can feel the equaliser coming, can't you? Keeper's up and everything. It's headed his way. Martial wins the header. And that will be that. Well, we struggled to it, but we got the win nonetheless. 3 points are 3 points. But at the minute, we are only seemingly able to win played games by 1-0. Again, a good defensive record for the season. But goals still hard to come by. St Pat's Athletic Football Club of Dublin are, on paper, worse than Saarbrücken. So, you'd imagine this should be straightforward, right? Just like the Saarbrücken game was. I'm tempted to start a full strength 11 just to make sure, but we won't. We will give some players a bit of a rest and some more fringe players some extra first team football. We'll give Nets the rest. Yerkel can come in for Leite. Trimel can play as well for Ali Al Mazrati. Why not? There's absolutely no reason why you can't do that. And Harto will throw in for Diamande too. I'm gonna still play a pretty strong side though. In fact, let's take Kevin Folland out for Holobash because he played well in the last cup game. This should be hopefully 3 points again. Weiser holding up the ball well at the beginning of the game. Here's Holobash. Out to Mitchell Weiser again. Boulay Dia in front of him. Mason Mounts with not needed. 5 minutes, 45 seconds, and the inevitable begins. Mason Mount into Boulay Dia. Option wide right if he wants it. Holobash. Juranovic just stood there like, someone pass it to me, please. Good run by Mount at the back post, not found. Recovered though, Toussaint. He's got Nets out here, there you go. Not Nets, it's Weiser, isn't it? Giving Nets a rest. Toussaint, wind up for a shot, pal. Go on, give it a go. Boulay Dia. Boulay Dia! Union! 2. A Dia double again. Mason Mount. He's gone to Boulay Dia. Hat-trick maybe! 38-minute hat-trick for Boulay Dia in the Europa League. St. Pat's sent packing. Martial nicely to Luka Sucic. Martial again. And Robertone. Holobash is through the middle. Roussillon is out wide. So it's McLaughlin. Comes across and takes it off him. He's giving it straight back to us, however. It's going to be something similar, or is it? Is it not? No, it's not going to be similar to Saarbrücken. Because we are going to get another goal in the second half. Dominant 3-0 lead at half-time. And then we do get the extra one in the next 45 minutes. Although, actually, we had to wait 47 minutes for it because it was the 92nd minute and the last kick of the game. A victory on the board for Union Berlin to get us up to 4 points now in the Europa League group stage after drawing with Bilbao. And Başakşehir hold Bilbao to another draw. So that should be us joint top of the group with Başakşehir. Then, with both of us on 4, Bilbao will be on 2, and St. Pat's, unfortunately for them, rock bottom on none. But I'm not expecting St. Pat's to take any points in this group stage at all, unfortunately for them. It is what it is for them, though. That's the nature of the opposition. And the nature of our next opposition is that it's a local derby at the Olympiastadion. Hertha versus Union. Berlin versus Berlin. Hertha Berlin then up from the league below last season. Inconsistent form. Defeat, win, draw, defeat, win, draw, you'd say then, based on that pattern. But we certainly don't want to be drawing this. We would very much like 3 points. Just the one regen in there at this early stage of the save with Roman. Bouchalakis is a player I recognise, or at least I recognise the name. I don't know as I recognise anybody else in that starting 11. Maybe, I think it must be John Joe Kenny at right back, isn't it? But outside of that, that's all really. We know that our team is made up of more household names than it used to be, and we will continue to improve in that fact. But hopefully, our points tally and our league position will improve at the end of this game too. Dardai trying to outmuscle him. Oh, Kambiagi. No, you don't. Robertone. Took that a little bit too far, I think. Yeah, switched out wide to Juranovic. It was meant for Mount, but never mind. Boulay Dia, the man that picks up the ball. Folland, defender with him. Lots of defenders with him, actually. Just poke that in front for Kraut. And Mace. And Mount over the bar from Mason. Not good enough. Diamande. And Leite. Lucanets. Robertone. Lucanets. If it eventually reaches in, we will have Kevin Folland down the line. Tuck it back. Boulay Dia. Misses the target. Misses the target. Oh, Robertone, what are you doing? He stuck a toe out there. Looked like he did intercept it and then just let it run off his foot. Folland gives that round the corner. It was meant for Mason Mount. It will find Boulay Dia instead. Juranovic will find Mason. And Mason, has the defender. Close him down very, very quickly indeed. Now here come Berlin. Hertha, I should say, really, considering we're both Berlin. It's like saying, oh, and here come Manchester. Yes, Ches. There's a City and a United. Nets. He's calling for it. Cool idea, but I don't feel like I can get it to him at the moment. Robertone will find him now, and surely this time... No, Kersbeck with a good save. Cool idea, had to bury that, really. Mount will deliver the corner, and it is a good delivery. Reese wins the header. Folland will get it back to Mason Mount. In there to, well, it's meant for Diogo Leite, but it's Robertone, and he's unstoppable today. Lucas Robertone at it again to give us a 1-0 lead. What player he's turning out to be. Just enough on that from Diamande too. Mount with a quick 1-2. Hold the ball up, Mace. Whoa! He rode that challenge exceptionally well. Look for Boulaïdia through there. It's got to be a yellow card for the Hertha man when play comes to its next organic halt. Juranovic, Boulaïdia, Folland. Kev has not scored many goals for us this season at all, has he? He's been so quiet, Kevin Folland. It might be time for Kevin Folland to leave the club in January. And another way for us to raise some more funds to bring in someone else. Maybe we go for a younger striker. Younger, perhaps similarly rated, but less experienced striker. Cambiaghi. Dardoy. One back. Still here come Hertha. We've got Stuttgart next. That hit Netz's hand. 20 minutes to go here. 1-0 the scoreline. We've seen this movie before. Will it end as is? Or is there an alternate ending on this occasion? Al Maserati will get up for this. And Lukanets and get it central. It's Mason Mount through that gap. Looking for Kevin Folland. And short to Boulaïdia. And the run is on here. Luka Sucic off the bench to try and make the impact. And doesn't do it. Shoots wide. Maybe could have played in Mason Mount there. But those two are head-to-head with one another for the starting lineup at the moment. And Sucic wanting to try and take it on himself and prove that he can deserve that starting spot. So not wanting to play the pass to Mason Mount. But ultimately that actually didn't work well for the team there. Jonjo Kenny down the right-hand side here for Hertha now. As they still look for their equalising goal that so far has eluded them. And continues to do so. Free kick for Hertha. Looks like they're going to take it short. No, he's gone for goal! And that had the keeper scrambling. Initially, it looked like he was just strolling across to his right-hand side. And it was comfortably going wide. And then all of a sudden, Renault made a big lunge for the top corner. And I panicked. I thought, no, he's going to make a mistake. And we're going to end up conceding. And we're not going to get our customary 1-0 win. As it happens, he didn't need to make the save. Probably broke his face on the post, diving at the last minute. But he didn't need to make the save. It was going wide. You can hear the home fans roar their team forward here in the latter stages. But are they being a little bit too patient with just seconds to go? How many minutes added on at the end of the game? Just the one. And they are being far too patient. They could have had another attack. They chose not to. 1-0 to Union Berlin. Oh dear. And then we're having a party underneath the ground, apparently. We'll go to the post-match interview, give everybody a little bit of a boost morale-wise. Dortmund drawing is good news for us. They continue to underperform in this save. We're not necessarily underperforming, but we're equally not necessarily overperforming either. But we are at the minute being a little bit consistent with our 1-0 wins. We'll take them. We'll take them. Up to 6th in the table. Dortmund 4th at the moment. We are 7 points off Leipzig at the top of the table. They, Frankfurt and Bayern, all still unbeaten so far this season. If we want to win the Bundesliga, we're really going to have to put together one hell of a run of form. Bochum and Augsburg yet to taste victory at the other end of the table. And we are yet to taste a draw. We either win or we lose in the league this season. Only one draw thus far. That coming against Union Berlin in... We ignore that. Coming against Athletic Bilbao in the Europa League. Speaking of, we'll have Besiktas here in the next one. Augsburg is our next cup game. But Stuttgart, Başakşehir, Dortmund, Augsburg, Bayern. Yeah, that's a run of fixtures with a knockout game of football in between Dortmund and Bayern. That's going to be intriguing. We've got Leverkusen at the end of the month as well. December looks a bit more straightforward with a couple of promoted sides in there with Hanover and Hamburg as well. And then January, bit of a winter break, of course. Although apparently we're playing on Christmas Day, so well done, EA. I know in Germany, actually, they tend to celebrate Christmas Day on the 24th, do they? I think they're slightly different in Germany. So maybe the 25th game is actually the equivalent of our Boxing Day game. I'm not sure. Either that or it is just a scheduling error. But I think actually they celebrate Christmas on the 24th in Germany. I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comment section. That is all for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Form improving. Scoreline's not getting any bigger, but form improving overall. Position in the league improving, and we look good in the cup competitions as well. A cup double is a possibility this year. A treble, probably not. I don't think the Bundesliga is going to be there for us, but certainly the top four will be. I'll see you tomorrow for more.